on a Saturday afternoon here at Dar Al-Farooq Islamic Center in Bloomington. People come from all over the Twin Cities and from all over United States to stand in a showing of solidarity together in support of the Muslims, victims, families in New Zealand massacre, politicians, security, community leaders, religious leaders. Coming here is a very impressive showing of this solidarity gathering event, rejecting hate and rejecting Islamophobia and anti-Semitic and all sorts of hates. This is a very impressive gathering here.
I hope you're proud of the role that you
very much for coming here on this solidarity event. I have three main agenda items that I need to talk about, which were just handed to me like 60 seconds ago. The first is I need to acknowledge all the elected officials and the officials who are here. So in no particular order.
Master Noor, and never before have we ever thought about safety, and now we have to. When I walked in this room today, I got a big bear hug from a friend. His name is Rabbi Latz. And all he said to me is, here we are again.
Events, and we'll try to get our Attorney General, Keith Ellison, that everybody is trying to get a piece of him.
Me neither. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ahmed, salam alaikum. How's my brother doing?
You know how assuring it is to have our Attorney General say salam alaikum.
Oh yeah, all right.
And the Muslim community are tired of burying their own father and sisters and all over. Anti-hate and Islamophobia have been rising a little bit. Give us some hope about the tangible policy that you are working on.
You know what, my brother Ahmed, when you look at all the people who are here today, it's very clear that there are many more good people than bad ones. In fact, there were as many people who were of other faiths than Muslims here today, which shows you that we're not alone. Your neighbors don't hate you. In fact, there's a lot of support for the Muslim community worldwide. And what we have to do is pull together our government and our people to set up policies that make sure that we have a policy of confronting hate. That means law enforcement, that means neighbors, that means community dialogue, that means bringing people together, that means confronting online expressions of hate, and it's really kind of an involved thing. But we're going to pull together a task force, inshallah, to look at all these things and come out with a comprehensive plan, and there'll be an important role for people in the media. I think Belladon could help us. What do you think?
I'm trying now.
Inshallah.
Now, do you do things besides being cute and smiling?
You're very kind. Thank you. Flatter me. I'm a law student.
Do you feel secure coming to the mosque and pray next Friday, for instance?
I do. I feel secure in the knowledge that I have a community around me and people around me who love and protect me. A mosque isn't just a place to pray. It's our playground, it's our school, it's our home. It's where we celebrate weddings and baby showers. It's where I try to hide from my teacher when I haven't learned my Quran. A mosque is a lot more than a building that can be secured. It's a sanctuary both in our hearts and our minds.
On this Sabbath day for the Jewish community, a day of holiness, rest, and joy, I join you after our community gathered for services this morning because I could be nowhere else.
We need to give our tools and our support to our law enforcement to make sure that hate does not triumph here, right? Love has to triumph, and I think that's what we heard as well today.
Make a love, not war.
Make love now. 1960s, that's funny.
About real dangerous Islamophobia and anti-Semitic, and the idea just facing this with love. For me, it's not enough. It wouldn't do it for me.
Sure, I'm the Reverend Curtis DeYoung, the CEO of the Minnesota Council of Churches. Yes, hate is here. It's very real. It needs to be addressed. Obviously, our religions call us to love, but it needs to be a strong love. And I think one of the first things we need to do is that people just don't know each other. And so they make all kinds of assumptions and prejudice toward each other because they're not in relationships. So we have to find ways to create relationships.
So I always say love trumps hate. But it begins with each individual person. You can choose to have suspicions that ultimately become hate, or you can have an open heart, a curiosity that develops into love. Thank you all for standing in solidarity with us. Let's commit ourselves to not just fighting hate, but embracing love.
Just because I look different or I sound different or I might come from a different place in life, don't hate me. That's the overwhelming arching theme that I heard today. And you know what else? The solidarity tonight in this gym, I ran into relatives that I haven't seen in months. Really? My Jewish relatives are here. They came walking up to me just 2 minutes ago, and I'm like, well, you know.
Well, Trump said white nationalism is not an issue for him. He doesn't think it is, a big issue to deal with.
Trump understands that his base is full of white nationals, and he understands that there is a movement across this country, across the world, actually, to go back into nativism. And white supremacy in Europe and across the world and in New Zealand. And in fact, in this incident in New Zealand, it was really coming from Australia. There's been so much anti-immigrant, anti-Muslim, allowed sentiments that have grown in all aspects of that life, of that society, that New Zealand just became a tragedy of what's been happening. So
The president is the hero of the white supremacists because of things he says and does. But
That's very profound.
yeah, but elections have consequences, and we got one coming up pretty soon.
We got to impeach the MF.
And it's not by a surprise that all of the folks walking into houses of worship and killing people are white males who are white nationalists. So even as the white community, we need to figure out how we're raising up our young men. And some of them are even coming through our churches. We have to
ولنبلونكم بشيء من الخوف والجوع ونقص من الأموال والأنفس والثمرات وبشر الصابرين.
Most of the imams here in the Twin City coming together in solidarity and see the love and support from the community at large. So introduce yourself and tell us what it means to come today after the biggest massacre there in New Zealand and in a place where it was bombed. This place, very same place, it was bombed a few years ago. Tell us.
Yeah, my name is Ahmed Anshur. I am the executive director of Al-Ihsan Islamic Center. And today, if anything, it shows that we are united and we are showing solidarity to our brothers who have become victims of terrorism in New Zealand.
Abu Bakr Islamic Center. I'm very glad here to have solidarity against extremism, against the hate, against the killing innocent people in New Zealand.
What happened in New Zealand, it's a dark day. It's really very, very, very sad and very dangerous to us, especially the young Muslims.
The message is Islamophobic is real and it has consequences. We are against and reject all the kind of hates. Thank you so much.
Muslim and Islamophobia is real, it's tangible. Muslims live it every day, and the community is coming here to do something about it. People from all walks of life, official, politician, law enforcement, were representing in today's events on a Saturday afternoon from Bloomington, the Farooq Mosque, saying Salaam alaikum and God bless you all.